It is July 3rd with the coldest summer I can ever remember. We are in the middle of the dog days of summer and the water temperature is only 71 degrees. 71 degrees is usually a springtime temperature, not a dog day of summer type temperature. It's kind of definitely a goofy year. I actually did a little bit of fishing before I set the camera up. A little experiment. Went out and did a little topwater action. Caught two, had a blow up. Decided it wasn't consistent enough to actually just start the camera and maybe film a topwater show, which is something I really want to do. But I'm going to wait till a little later on in the year to do so. My favorite time of year to fish is the dog days of summer. A lot of guys hate it. And I honestly have to say I actually love it. The fish set up on certain areas and once you find those areas, the fish can be really predictable. The shoreline shallow water bite isn't there, you know. The fish are definitely relating to off-water type structure. And here we are. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, and water temperatures are only 71 degrees. There we go. Got one on a crankbait. This is one of my favorite ways to catch them, actually. There's a jump. Got an anchor rope out here. Right in the way, there's a neat jump. And he ain't all that, but... Alright, come on. Gonna wiggle around some more? Ah! Alright, calm down, calm down. Ow! Calm down. He's got both soft tissue on his gills. I really don't like when that happens. We got him. He's gone. He'll be all right. That was a bait you haven't really seen me throw too much this year yet. Is a crankbait. But I actually really love using them. In this particular instance, I'm using a Rapala DT10 in a shad color. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's what it is. Man, if you ever want to just cover water and just have a lot of fun, a crankbait's the way to go. This particular one I think is a little bit out of tune. It should be crashing bottom a lot sooner than it is. Another thing about using crankbaits is you can use them as a depth finder. Or not so much as a depth finder, but as a tool to see what the bottom is like. I mean, if you use the right line and the right crankbait, you'll know whether the structure you're fishing is rock, if it's wood, if you have a sand bottom, if you have a clay bottom, if you have a muck bottom. That crankbait will tell you an awful lot about the structure you're fishing, as opposed to, you know, working a bait that's not crashing down into the bottom. And believe it or not, there are times I'll throw a crankbait on a lake I've never been to before. I'll find a piece of structure with my electronics, but then I'll go and throw a crankbait around it and smack into it and see what it is. The only unfortunate thing is crankbaits aren't cheap, and you better be prepared to lose quite a few of them, because it does happen. You can't be afraid to throw your crankbait into stuff, because it's going to generate its most strikes when it smashes into something and deflects off. That's when you're going to get bit the most. And I know you've seen 90% of all my videos, and all my fish so far this year have came on a jig. And a jig is all well and good if you're set up on fish and you know they're there, then toss a jig at them. But a jig is not going to call fish from any kind of distance. You know, if a fish is 15 feet away from your jig and you throw it out there, chances are that fish is not gonna run over and check out your jig. With a crankbait, on the other hand, it's putting out a ton of vibration. Some of them have rattles, so it's putting out some noise. And if the fish are in the right mood, a fish that's 15, 20 feet away just might come over and check it out. Whereas they're not going to do that with a finesse type bait. There we go. Ooh, this might be, it's a bass, I think. Yeah, it's gotta be a bass, but he ain't coming up, and he ain't coming in very easy, unless I got him hooked sideways or something. What the heck is going on here? Oh gosh, it ain't a super tanker, but it ain't bad neither. Oh, don't get away. Where are you? There we go. Nice fish. Oh yeah, this one's getting really close to 4. He's just about ready to give up on this spot. Not 4. It's in the 3s though. Nice fish. I like this one. I think we'll keep this one. I mean, in the live well. Take pictures of it later. How the heck did I miss that guy? You know what? He don't feel too bad neither. There we go. Nah, he ain't all that. He felt a lot bigger than he was. Cute little guy though. Oh, he's got a little injury on his one side there. Looks like he got maybe hooked on a crankbait or something. It's got a little, I don't know if that's an injury or a parasite on his one fin there. Anyways, neat fish. Oh, boy, did he smack it. I think it's a bass though. And I'm not 100% certain how big. Definitely a bass. It just jumped. I hope that came on camera. It's not a giant, but again, it's Wolf Lake, so it's not like you catch a 5-pounder every time you turn around. Crankbait fish. Well, not too terribly huge, but hey, you know what? It's got a nice gut on it. He'll be a 5-pounder one day, maybe, if she's a female. Can't tell. I'm glad the crankbait bite is actually starting to happen. Sorry about that, folks, but I went to go retrieve my jig because it got snagged up on some structure I'm fishing. And I caught another oddball. Not too terribly huge, and seems to be eating okay. We'll see if anybody else catches this fish as well. It's a largemouth bass. I don't know what it is with eyeballs lately, but look at this fish's eyeball. It had gotten infected or something. Anyways, this fish is blind in one eye. Perfectly fine in the other. Relatively decent fish. For if I was in a tournament, I'd take it in a heartbeat. So, anyways, see if anybody else catches this thing. A lot of the spots I fish are replenishing spots. So if somebody has already fished them, or a boat ran over the spot, or whatever, just give it a few minutes. These are spots that hold fish on a consistent basis, and there's absolutely no reason to panic. Just because somebody ran over the spot or somebody else fished it before you did. Put that all out of your mind and just fish the spot. There we go. See what I mean? A boat just went by here. Oh, this is a good one. This one's going in the box. Oh yeah! Jig came right out of his mouth right away. It actually landed in the driver's seat. Wow, this fish has been caught before. Good fish. That was kind of funny. I was flipping him in the boat, and he came unglued just as the momentum carried him over the boat. Landed in my driver's seat. The way this wind's blowing, it's kind of got me screwed up on how I want to fish this structure. Go ahead and cast my way through it a few times. See if there's another one where that one was, and there is. Oh, and I missed him too. Doggone it. Yeah, there was another one there.